Gen V Season 2. A lot of uncertainty after the unfortunate and untimely death of Chance Perdomo. But I feel like not only did they pull it off, but it was a nice tribute to Chance. Just in case, for some reason, even though the season is officially done, you haven't watched it at all, I won't spoil anything. But they do a very good job in explaining what happened to Chance's character, how things happened, and ultimately, he was a hero. So it was nice to get a legitimately great tribute to the man. But here we are, Season 2, the final connection to the final season of The Boys, and it looks like it's going to be intense. We learn a whole hell of a lot about our main characters, a lot more about our main characters, especially Marie, but we also get a new character, Cypher, played by Hamish Linklater, and he is the absolute highlight of the season. He's cool, he's calm, he's collected, he could snap at any moment though, and we don't know what his powers are until they're actually revealed, and it is scary as hell, those powers. But there's also a big twist in terms of the namesake of Godolphin University, Thomas Godolphin. I won't get into it for spoiler reasons, but it's a pretty good twist. It's a pretty big twist. I don't like, though, how it was wrapped up a little too cleanly in the final episode. So I feel like there was potential, there was great potential, it was leading up to something big, and other than just kind of proving how powerful Marie is, it was wasted. We get cameos from the main show, The Boys, members of the Seven, Starlight, maybe Homelander. I won't spoil, obviously. But it all ties in to not only the season as a whole, but also the final season of The Boys. One of the things I was worried about with the season was that it was just going to be a puzzle piece to the final season of the main series. Like, all it was going to do was set up the final season of the main series. And while it does do that, it also very much stands on its own. Because even without seeing characters from The Boys, this could have stood on its own. It didn't necessarily need those characters, whether they appeared on screen in person or they appeared on TV or they were mentioned or whatever. It didn't necessarily need them because it stood on its own, and that is exactly what it needed to do. But much as we come to expect from The Boys, there is blood and guts everywhere. Not only from just random side characters who are brutally murdered, but also from our main cast. And it's just interesting to see how it all comes together and how it all actually fits. Like, it's not just gratuitous blood and gore. Like, it fits into what's happening. The unfortunate passing of Chance Perdomo did give the season the opportunity to bring his father, Polarity, more into the spotlight, so he became more of a main character in this season, which don't really know if that was going to be the case if Chance didn't pass. But it was great seeing Polarity, not only as more than a side character like he was in the first season, but more of a main character, more in the main plot, getting involved, helping out. And it was just, I don't know, it was just nice to see an established soup helping out they're not kids, obviously, they're in college, but helping out the younger generation. And while the season does stand on its own, it does get me very, very excited for the final season of The Boys. The show has kind of like slowly started going downhill a little bit here and there, but I feel like with how season 4 ended and how they set things up in Gen V season 2 and how things ended in season 2 of Gen V, it looks like we're not only in for a hell of a season, it looks like they're really like focused. Like, it's not just, oh, let's do this for shock value, or, oh, let's do this just because it'll look cool on screen. It looks like the final season is going to be more focused, which is exactly what it needs. And thanks to Gen V, it looks like that's going to happen. Gen V Season 2 from beginning to end. It was very, very good. Fantastic even at times. Everybody still embodying their characters to just perfection. Like, you feel for some of the characters, like Emma, who was, like bright and bubbly in the first season, is now kind of dark and brooding after what happened. You kind of feel for Kate because, she's manipulated into thinking, she's got to do what she had to do in the first season, but turns out maybe not. And same thing with Sam, who spent most of his life in an asylum, and now all of a sudden, here he is trying to get his shit together, trying to get his life together, trying to be not a shitty person, despite what happened at the end of the first season. So there's character development, and you feel for these characters, and it gets you even more excited to see what their role will be in the final season of The Boys. I give Gen V Season 2 an A-. Did you enjoy the review? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to see more movie and TV reviews, along with reaction comedy shorts. Feel free to leave a comment to discuss your thoughts on the movie or show, and I will see you next time.